This episode of the Bayou Dragons podcast is proudly brought to you by Dragon Industrial Wrap.
Fierce. Ready for any project, no matter how big or how small. Dragon Industrial Wrap.
That was my opening gig there.
Oh, well.
I was coming in hot.
Well,
Grease pickle and all.
hey, man. I wish he would have started 10 seconds sooner, but we're going to get into,
We'll get there, buddy.
We'll get there. Mm-hmm. And welcome back to episode 55 of the Bayou Dragons podcast. Today, me, Mr. Captain Ryan Warhola, Mitch McCall, are welcomed by a special guest, a dear friend, also a captain. So we have my captain today. Mr.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Captain Colby Denbow.
Oh, I appreciate you boys. You know that?
Yeah, I know you do.
No doubt.
I know you do, man. We got plenty of stories to tell. We can talk about you run a guiding service. There's plenty of stuff we definitely have to cover today. But, yeah, how are you doing?
Oh, today's been a great day, Picked up a red lechwe, jackal, and a caracal from the taxidermist. So
from your Africa adventure?
One of them, yeah.
Did you just get back from Africa?
No, it's been a minute, but I've been slowly getting them that last trip done.
How many times have you been to Africa?
Three.
3 times?
Yeah.
Ryan's trying to get there.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm already booked to be there.
Every year the son of a bitch asks me to go.
Yeah.
Ryan does?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when did you start going to Africa? Because Ryan just started last year.
When I was 21.
Oh, so
I went by myself at 21, and it was a good time.
Hell yeah.
How hard is it to get your shit back from like your hides and shit for mounting purposes? I've heard it's kind of a pain in the ass.
It seems like every time I've gone, something's different's changed. Like this last time, I had a couple warthogs, and the warthogs were like really difficult to get back. I had to pay like 2 or 3 extra permits or something this last time, it seemed like.
Yeah, they're always changing. It's not on the Africa side of things. It's on the state side of things.
Yeah.
The U.S. decides they feel sorry for some kind of animal at this point, so they're going to make it harder to get back.
Dude, it's always the United States.
Yeah.
Look, I love living here, but hey, chill out with some of the shit.
These crybaby liberal pussies,
I'm going to tell you right now.
That's what it is.
That is exactly.
I'll tell you this. In 10 years of getting my guide's license, this is the first year I've ever had an issue, and I've gone up to Texas parks in my life 3 times.
Yeah.
Try and get everything done.
Yeah, they want like your birth certificate now and a drop of blood for DNA.
It literally is, I don't understand why Texas Parks and Wildlife wants to try and make everything more difficult than what it is.
And for our viewers that, a lot of the people that listen to us don't even hunt or fish. They just, they follow us for different types of reasons. But
just a bunch of mud hens.
Hey, dog. Hey, I'm going to take that as a compliment to my fans, dude.
Ain't no doubt,
Bunch
baby.
of mud hens, dog. But, like, how hard has it been in the past to get your, what do you have to do to get your guide license? I don't think we've ever talked about that on here.
Well, normally, in the past, it's just been you show up with your 6-pack, your Merchant Mariner passport deal, and that's it. I mean, as long as you show up with that in a check, buddy, you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you're buying just a fishing license.
Yeah, it's just literally getting a fishing license. It's the last time I got one, the lady was like, just a tax write-off joke. And I was like, why do you care?
Yeah, how about you? Take a seat there, lady. Keep it down.
Yeah.
Hey, get out of here, nerd. Yeah. I'm tired of your worthless chime-ins. But, so how long have you been a captain, my captain?
10 years.
10 years?
10 years.
So...
And it's wild to think that much time's gone by, because every year I'm like, it's probably like 5 years. I feel like I've been saying 5 years for 5 years.
I will hit 20 years in September. At my
that's an old son of a bitch.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt some bitch is older than dirt, baby.
Yeah. What do you guide primarily on your service?
Well, I own Sabine Lake Lodge, and the main thing that we is the trout, redfish, and flounder. And that's pretty much all we go for.
The staple of Southeast Texas right there.
No doubt.
The triple threat.
I've seen a lot of black drum in the pictures here lately.
Well, with these limit changes, buddy, that's the only way I can get a pile in together,
Yeah.
So what did you say the name of your guide service is?
It's Sabine Lake Lodge.
Sabine Lake Lodge.
It's really, y'all say guide service, and I think that's small time. I feel like I owned a lodge, so it's a little
Yeah.
better.
So
better gig.
talk about like the difference between what you do versus what some of these other guys do as far as being, running trips.
Yeah.
So-
and plug yourself, dog. Plug
Right, here we
yourself.
go. Here we go. So, just a normal guide, he's going to run just a charter, and he's going to charter for most likely somebody else as well. Run trips for a larger outfit, and I would be that larger outfit because I have the lodge, overnight stay, meals, big lodge on the water, and which is a good thing. Brings a lot of guides together for a larger deal rather than just a single outfit charter service.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's a typical like booked up weekend for you? How many guides are running? How many customers do you have in the lodge?
A good, I prefer 9 to 12. 9 to 12 guys, 3 guys per boat. Some guys like two per boat. So if we're running 4 or 5 boats, that's a good weekend for me
Yeah.
per day.
Yeah.
So you're running the lodge, or you getting out there on the water and
Yeah,
doing
no.
guiding yourself?
That's extra money in my pocket that I don't have to pay out. So that's why I do still run charters.
Yeah.
And I'm young. I can rip.
And you enjoy it, I'm sure.
And I like to set the bar. I like to compete. And
Well, you definitely, and we've talked about that. There's different people there's different guides around the area. Everybody talks, but I've never met someone that said that you aren't a trout fishing sumbitch.
no, I appreciate.
I will
that.
say that.
No doubt.
Like you on the saltwater game, you're pretty spot on.
I say if I'm going to be out there 5 days a week, I surely hope that I
Yeah.
got something in my back pocket.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, dude, does the Sabine Lake Lodge does it have a Instagram, Facebook? Or do you just
Facebook, the
post on
Facebook page is pretty large. I think it's got probably 11,000 followers on it.
Hell
And
yeah.
then the website SabineLakeLodge.org.
I like that.
I had
.org. You had to go a little
Yeah.
different there. I like
I
that.
did, yeah. I went org, and it's a new website. It's got some videos and a lot of pictures,
Hell yeah.
packages, everything for you.
No, that'd be for anyone that's listening in the Southeast Texas region. Don't have to be from Southeast Texas, but if
Right.
you want to go on a lodging fishing trip, what I wanted to ask though, do you do the rod and gun situation during duck season?
Yeah, till season's huge. Every weekend it's a cast and blast gig.
I like
Opening
that
weekend,
name too, Cast and Blast.
and I'd say, I bet till season, opening weekend of till season is probably top 2 weeks of my whole
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great deal too, because you get to go duck hunt in the morning, and then y'all go
That's right.
fishing after the hunt. Or
We'll duck hunt in the morning, then we'll eat lunch. Everybody eat lunch together, and then all the boats pick you up on the dock, so you don't have to go anywhere. You just walk out of the lodge and walk on the pier, and all the guys go their different direction, or we all go the same direction and fish till dark, come back, eat dinner.
Hell yeah.
That's a solid day if you're an outdoorsman.
And it's I have a lot of bachelor parties during that time, and a lot of those guys, I try to tell them, like, hey man, that's a full day, buddy. Like, you're not, because they're like, oh no, we'll go to the casino, we'll go do our thing, and I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah. You're gonna be ready to croak.
Yeah, I'm like, I promise you, buddy. After that dinner, after that full day, you're not. It's over. It's over for you.
Yeah, you've been up since 4:30,
Shit, 3:30.
3:30.
Yeah.
To 3:30, go. I don't know exactly where we are hunting the ducks, honestly.
Right from Sabine Pass all the way to south towards the beach.
Yeah.
South Winnie.
But you hunt, get back, fish. I mean, if you've never done the duo, it's hard. It's tough.
It's a tough day.
I've never done that. I've never duck hunted and then ate lunch and went and fished, because when we go duck hunting, most of the time it's public, so we're out there all night. We're done after the hunt. We're croaking it, as soon as we get home.
I guess y'all got to go sit in line and all
Well,
that. Correct.
Sometimes it depends.
Or is it the call in? I guess if you do the public, you can call in. And
No,
I've never done it, so
I
Like-
enjoy it. I enjoy it, but I don't do the line shit. I'll go out, I'll leave about 2, go out to the Anahuac or McFadden Marsh and camp out with the boys, have fun with it. But, Porter will come with us now probably once out of every 3. He's getting to where he's starting to slow down on the old public ground.
Yeah.
well, he's old now. Look at him.
yeah.
Decrepit.
Well, I will say this with the Bayou Dragon name, and like Mitchell and Matt and everybody like being really good at like videoing and photography.
Right.
We've been blessed, honestly, to be able to get invited to do a lot of like cool public hunts and
Right.
shit like that. And all we have
Or
to do
private.
is
A lot of good private stuff.
yeah, that's I hunted public one time this year.
Yeah.
And then I private hunted 20 times this year. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't have land. I don't have none of that shit. But people are like Ryan and just
Whoever.
Justin Jenkins, like
Right.
people like that. They're like, yeah, we get the photos and videos too. Like I give you we give you whatever we get, and then you can do whatever you want with it.
Cool.
That's kind of like our.
Well, that's having good friends too.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. Ryan,
Yeah.
Ryan really came through this year, and
He did.
Appreciate that, dude. I mean, bringing us out to the Pipkin, that was awesome.
Oh, man.
I got to go.
I've
on a
seen y'all
couple-
get to go quite a bit.
Don't even. We're
we
gonna
had
have to
some
talk
great-
about.
I think
Some
y'all
great
got to take a
hunts.
bunch of my trips, to be honest.
It's possible.
Hey,
It's
man.
highly possible.
Hey
but
man, I talk to Ryan every day.
We're
I don't know if you
Fair
do.
enough.
we're gonna have to get into this Pipkin situation.
I think
here
we
in a little
talk
while,
multiple
too.
times
will.
every day.
Ooh.
We'll get into the Pipkin situation, but no, dude, I do see grinding. Mostly, and I don't know who all you have on your guide service. You have multiple people that are working.
I did. I brought 2 dudes out of retirement for this year, which is pretty fun.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
But
one will be out tomorrow morning, and
you're
he
one
hasn't
of
got it in a couple years.
you're one of 2 people that I know personally that does like a cast and blast, as you say. But
Yeah.
you do it the duck and trout, redfish, whatever
Right.
and then Rance does not really a cast, but
He does the gator.
the gator and the
And
teal.
I did some with Ranch. We did a gator
Yeah.
deal with Ranch. I love Ranch. We have the best time ever together.
Oh
So,
yeah, y'all are doing some shit together for quite a few years.
Yeah.
And but like y'all are the only 2 that I know that are doing both of those.
Right.
Like, he'll take or y'all both teal hunt, and then you can either go shoot a gator or you go catch a bunch of trout with
Right.
you. And I'm sure you probably get some
Both
gator
great days.
tags,
Both great days.
and you get some gator tags and
I
shit
do.
too,
I
and
do.
you probably do something like that. So
I do like that Ranch does, like, he wants the trophy gator deal. And that's kind of where we're on the same page there, what I see that he does. And I dig that. I don't
Yeah.
care for the whole numbers gig on the gators. You go out and check your 6, 8, 10, 12 lines,
yeah,
and you rip out a bunch of 5-footers or some
no,
bullshit.
that was
4-footers.
dude. So we brought him
I'm out.
We brought him. He came to Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas with me, and we sold a bunch of gator hunts over at the Texas Trophy Hunters.
Yeah.
Like we were doing Bayou Dragon stuff, and then we had Rance selling gator hunts, which helped both. There's people that knew who we were, and then they're interested in gator hunts, and there's people that are wanting gator hunts, and they're like, Bayou Dragon, what's this? But a bunch of them came and bought a bunch of hunts, and they're like, man, this is cool as shit.
But y'all enjoyed the Texas Trophy Hunter show?
Yes,
That
but
was a good turnout?
Yes, great
Right.
turnout. But
Well, it's good to see some of the ones that don't and then know the ones that do.
yeah,
Have a
no,
good turnout.
we'll do it forever, because even if it's not a great, like Houston's the worst turnout,
Right.
surprisingly.
Yeah,
That's the one I
wild.
did for so many years, and
I think the one we did, what was it? Now, I don't know if it was our best one. It was the San Antonio Rojola. You might want to join us this upcoming year on that one. We did good, but that was a blast.
Yeah, we got straight up ignorant, dude. We got ignorant.
Well, we
dog.
went to the Riverwalk every day, or one night after the after the day. Man, we had a great time. The scooters. Tanner broke his wrist on one of them scooters. It
Yeah,
was
Tanner
fun,
broke
man.
his
old
wrist.
Tanner boy, he gets down with it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, Tanner broke his wrist. Rance ended up being on the pianos at Coyote Ugly playing for hours at the bar. Like they're just like we just took
Yes.
over the river walk. Like people were like, "Oh, you're that people." And then we met that dude with that what's that dude's name?
He was a Dove, the Dove dude.
The Dove dude.
He had some, I don't remember his product. He was selling a product out there related to dove hunting, and we hung out with him. It was a great time.
But his
Like
shirt.
a power line deal, or
No, no,
like a dove cleaning deal.
no, like a
It was a rack. You
a
stuck in
gun
the
rack that would hold your doves.
Oh,
and-
that's
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know
The one
exactly
that
what
it
you're
goes in the in the
Yeah.
ground. It's
Yeah.
got the. Hell, I
Yeah.
have a bunch. I think I've got like 6, 7 of those.
Yeah, so we were hanging out with him, and we were at Coyote Ugly one night, and he was, hey, that son of a bitch like to party, and we're sitting there, and
amen.
he got slapped in the face, tequila shot, and then this girl just walks by, like one of the people there.
Oh,
rips
Hurricane.
ripped his shirt off, and they're like, "Here, take this one." It was like a Hannah Montana shirt.
Epic.
All night, he was wearing a medium size. This is like a 6'4" dude. He's wearing a medium Hannah Montana shirt. So the
Just
next night,
sliding on 'em.
oh yeah, the next night we're going out. They're like, "Where's your Hannah Montana buddy at?" It's like, I think he's dead.
He is no longer with us, buddy.
Jeez.
Yeah, he went hard.
No, that was fun. We ate good, had a good time, and the show. I think we did 3. I only made 2 of them, but we tried to do the Texas Trophy Hunters, and then Gator Fest and Rice Fest is
That's our big 5 for the
big,
year.
Yeah,
I mean, that'll take up plenty of time just in itself right there.
and it's
5
fun.
shows,
Too.
dude,
I
that's
mean,
a lot.
I like meeting the people. Coming. Oh, what do y'all do? I like to meet new people and just kind of explain what we got going on. It's fun.
Most shows they're not just one day.
Yeah.
No.
They're some of them 4, 5, 6 days.
Yeah, I did the boat show with Ryan one year.
Yeah, it was
and
4 days, 4
Yeah,
days,
well,
5 days.
we all did
5
that.
days.
We all did that
Well,
together.
Actually, yeah. The first night it was just me and you.
That's right.
Dude, bro. Yeah, I was just like, Ryan's like, hey, man, I got to go home. I was like, okay, well, who's going to be here at this house with me, this giant-ass house? That Colby would be here. I'm like, oh, no. that's when we figured out that Smirnoff mango vodka and then High Noons, mix them together.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah. Oh, what a time.
Epic time. Dude, we got freaking straight up.
I mean living, buddy.
I might need to make a trip to the old Sabine Lodge here before long.
You might as well, dude. You might as well.
come
Right,
check out the situation. over
right
there.
now, it's booked, I think, almost every day in June, so maybe July.
Maybe July.
Maybe July.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a really cool spot. The fun thing I think is the pier at night when it's right.
Yeah.
That's
and
really cool.
And it's almost here. It's
Yeah.
usually right in May.
Turn the
With-
lights on and
Yeah. With all this, the fishing is literally incredible right now. But the pier fishing just hadn't turned on quite yet. But June, July, August, September, and some October.
Would you hand me that bottle of bourbon? I'm not trying to interrupt.
No, you're good here.
I'm
Pass
quite-
her on down.
I'm
Come
quite,
on with it.
I'm quite,
I'm almost due. We got the ice?
We do not have the ice. You might have to drink her neat.
Fair enough, buddy.
looks like I'm just going raw, dog.
So-
Yeah, just as a matter of fact, don't even pour it in the glass. Let's just go at it.
but
if we want to, I mean,
so what's
There we go.
So if I was to
Burn
book,
and turn sugar.
if I wasn't who I am and would just book a trip as some rando at your lodge, what would my day look like? Me and 3 buddies book, or me and 2 buddies book a trip.
I do the overnight lodging and the day charter as well, because a lot of people just can't pay the lodging fee, but they just they want to go fishing. So if you're gonna do the charter with the lodging, you'll come in the evening before. Some people like to come in right after lunch, and will fish the afternoon, eat dinner, go to bed, or fish the lights, go to bed, whatever they choose to do. Wake up usually about 6, which that's a nice part. That is the very nice part of not having to deal with traffic, not driving. You wake up, eat breakfast, and walk right out the back porch.
Yeah.
Walk right down to the pier, get in your boat, pick your boat out, whatever they want to do. Some guys like to make their own little tournament. And
yeah. No, I've never been physically on your property, but me and Ryan have been fishing out,
Right.
fishing Sabine multiple times, and he's like, there's Colby's place. I'm like, beautiful. You have a great spot. Beautiful.
It is.
You have a great spot, dude.
It looks good from the water, doesn't it?
It does look good from water. I'm like, man, I could see myself hanging out there.
You're welcome anytime, bud.
Yeah, dude, I would love to do like a promo video with you one day.
And I was going to say, if y'all wanted to come do one of these gigs, we
Like-
could do it right there.
At the lodge.
Yeah, at the lodge, and eat dinner, whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Do
Something
like
different.
record some fishing, go straight into a podcast or whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like, because what we've talked about is, and maybe you'll be there, maybe not. I don't know
Fair
if you're a part of it, but we've been talking about it, doing it on the Viking.
Yeah, I would imagine I'd be there.
Talk about get ignorant on a 100 miles offshore,
Live streaming it too.
live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
We need to do that. That needs to be on the list.
and I think we do it while we're fishing. So like it's like fish on,
It's
and
hot.
we pick up.
It's hot, baby. It's
we
hot.
pick up the camera while we're
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And you see how electric I get when it goes off.
Oh,
bro. Yeah, no.
Every video that I have with a marlin jumping, Colby is screaming at the top of his lungs in the background.
It's game time, son.
Yeah, our 2 best marlin videos were you reeling because you went straight up insane, and then the Robert video where that's why we fucking do it, boys. This is why we're here. Yeah, baby. Woo! Like
People don't understand how electric and fired up it is just during that time of hooking up with a marlin.
Oh,
Like,
it's incredible.
yeah, you fish for so many hours, in that 30 minutes to an hour and a half, of when you are hooked up, that makes everything.
Yeah.
I think it changed your damn life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Mitchell's life was changed the first time he.
It's almost spiritual.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
Like-
for real.
It was an incredible experience. And just to see, we caught 2 on that trip I went with y'all. It was freaking awesome, man.
It's
There's nothing like it.
No.
there's not. And did you start offshore fishing early on?
And a lot of people don't believe this, but I grew up with a sport fisher and big center consoles before ever a bay boat. That was all my stepdad really loved to do was blue water, and that's all we did.
A lot of snapper.
Had a sport fisher in the marina, and then kept a big center console in the shop at the house, or at the the lodge, and that's what we did. And then they get all those guys, all his friends got too old, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of went from the offshore to the inshore.
And when I was 12 years old, he got me a Key West, a 19-foot Key West when I was 12. It may have been a little younger, actually. And I used to follow a guy around named Skip James.
Oh, Skip.
And he loved me. Like, I was just tall. And
You're just barely taller than that.
I know,
now.
I'm damn near there. But just a little fatter now, but we're all right. But this dude would love when I followed him around. Like, he'd see me coming, and he was super welcoming.
Yeah.
And hell, when I was that young, I didn't know any better.
Yeah, you're ignoramus.
Yeah, as ignorant as it got.
Yeah.
And that's sad from what I am now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you're just a little less.
yeah, just fair enough.
Just
fair.
dude. With that I can't stop thinking about our Texas Trophy Hunters trip. I know we talked about it, but goddamn, we
San Antonio's a wonderful place, dude.
Dude, that is a really cool town.
Now, it does
No, I was talking
have
about
its-
I was talking about the Houston one where me and you, Colby.
Oh wow.
Oh, no, the boat show.
Yeah, that was the boat show,
Oh, my
buddy,
bad,
that we did
my
together.
bad,
Yeah,
my bad. The boat show.
Yeah,
I just
that was
we did not look good the next day. Like I'm running the
hot
bike.
tub was something.
Yeah, me and you were supposed to be like the first 2 people there since we stayed in Houston. And we look like straight damn it. Like I'm opening the doors at the Bayou Dragon tent, and I'm like,
Just shivering.
and I look over, and Colby's the same way, and he's like, man,
What am I
can't-"
even doing here?
Yeah, he's like,
That's funny.
he's like, I can't-
building character is what you're doing.
I
we
did.
built the shit out of character.
I'm really good. I'll build your character while building mine as well. Just remember that. So
Dude,
as long as you can handle it.
hell yeah. But so you have that guiding service, and is that all? Like, so you cover the fishing, hunting. I'm just trying to make sure we plug the Sabine Ranch.
Sabine.
Like
Sabine
yeah,
Lake
just
Lodge.
the lodge is pretty much the whole guiding gig. I do actually quite a bit of dove hunting.
Yeah.
And I have a bunch of fields that I do. People don't really know that because I don't push it. I don't have to. And I love dove hunting for myself. Like,
Yeah.
I literally have so much fun dove hunting.
Yeah.
So, and I have 4 or 5 groups of 20 or something that will regularly come.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat a good dove hunt.
Oh,
It
man.
really is, man. It's so enjoyable just sitting, getting loud.
Getting loud,
Yeah,
drinking
I mean-
beer, sitting on your tailgate, music playing.
And that's what, one of my favorite memories of dove hunting growing up. Me and my dad used to dove hunt. That was awesome. But me and one of my good buddies, South Texas, middle of a sunflower field, sitting on a cooler under a tree, just, one after another. Couldn't keep our guns loaded fast enough, drinking beer, having fun. And it's
Yeah,
hard to beat.
you stopped at a limit, though. Yeah,
Oh,
you stopped-
absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you always
Yes.
stop
Yeah.
at the limit.
Yes,
Always.
that is one thing that the Bayou Dragons always, stress.
Limits,
Is
son.
we have limits. We abide by the limits. Speaking of limits,
And boundaries.
that definitely boundaries. Hey, mind your boundaries.
That's right.
Limits. I was gonna bring this up because y'all saltwater fish a lot more than me. The trout limit.
It's awful. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it does.
Had no backbone, no base to it to change limits. It's just people wanting to stick their nose into something that they shouldn't.
Don't need to be there.
That
Honestly, I could see if they would have went, and you can disagree or agree, but I would say that I could see let's change the length limit from like 15 to like, call it 12 to 18 inches as a slot at 5 fish.
And that would be a good move.
Yeah,
You're not wrong
and
with
just leave it there. 5 fish, 12 to 18 inches.
And the limit at 5 was plenty good. It was fine. Everybody was fine with that.
Well, that's across the board. That's your basically your fresh water in Texas, your salt water, everything was 5.
And nothing is proven that they're changing it to 3
is going to help.
Is going to help or had no reason for it.
Yeah.
We're not down on numbers. We're not. Size is still everything. As a matter of fact, this year is so incredible so far. And if they are going to try and take credit for that, for changing the limit,
yeah, they haven't been.
every one of them should be fired.
They can suck your shaft.
Yeah,
it hasn't been enacted long enough.
Come get fingered.
On the record. On the record, come get fingered.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's like they're trying to Texas is huge. Our coastal system is huge. You cannot manage Sabine Lake like you manage Baffin Bay. You just can't do it.
No. And they did a statewide change this year.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we are in Sabine Lake, or we do have a imaginary line that is half Louisiana, half Texas. And the limits being what they are in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And now all they did for us down where we are is just push everybody over the bridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know really anyone
that's going to take money out of Texas pocket. You know, people buying
100%.
Louisiana license. You know, they just think about that.
They push this whole region into Louisiana.
Oh, and it's not just trout. It's snapper, and we'll get in that here in a few. But yeah, they're doing the same thing with snapper too.
And I don't know. It's definitely not people. And this is what my thought process is, because they do it for freshwater, saltwater all the time. They make these rules and regulations. I'm like, they're not the people out there fishing.
Right.
They're the ones they
Even
get told.
CCA too. All the people that you see on the board and whatnot, it's like, I don't see any of those guys out there doing a damn thing.
No.
I don't see them fishing. They're not.
No.
Just want to feel important, I guess, in which I guess being in the outdoor world, that's great. But stay out of the regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this CCA banquet's going on right now.
That's right, tonight.
I'm not there. I refuse to go anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's honestly how I feel.
Yeah.
Exactly how I feel.
I used to spend lots of money with CCA. I'm done.
Our family's companies and shit would have a table every year, and none of us would even go. I got offers tonight, and I was like, nah.
Well, shit, Dragon has a table. I'm not there. I mean, I'm gonna let Mickey do his thing. He wants to have a table. That's fine. But I just
and Mickey, I love Mickey, and he's supporting his friends and him and at the board. But
I just don't see. I haven't seen any benefit come out of. I mean, they've done a few.
Never
They've done
been a benefit.
They've done some great environmental things, but they do not back up their membership when it comes to the regulation side of things.
And I don't know if you saw tonight's just one ticket, $175.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
$175 for a solo man.
Used to be $50,
right?
Let's take a quick break. We'll be resume here. In a second.
Good burner pop.
We're good.
So CCA is gay. All right, we're back.
We're back. Had to take a little pee break. And I say pee break. I just had a pee, and
and refill.
Oh yeah,
these absolute greasers right here.
Oh yeah, dude, greaser.
I mean to tell you,
dude. Thank you, Mitch, for picking up the.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, cool beers. Yeah, cool beers, guys.
There we go.
Both of y'all go to A&M.
Mitchell didn't go to college.
Lesbians, boys.
I'm providing the bourbon there, man.
Yes, sir. Why wouldn't you drink it? What's wrong with you?
I like to go about 6 beers and then I go.
I'm gonna go. I decided I'm gonna go on the next round for the bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a routine, man.
No.
Yeah, this year. Know your worth. You know.
Yeah.
No, we were talking about Texas Parks and Wildlife, getting it all wrong in our minds. You know, I'm obviously not a biologist by any means, but
truth is the truth. You know.
But I mean, they're just making everybody in our area cross the bridge, go to Louisiana. I mean, even on snapper. You know, right now snapper season is open in Louisiana for federal waters, and it's 4 fish.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck is it 4 fish
versus Texas, which is what
2?
I was gonna say it goes further than that. They're putting real estate. They're pushing people over there. I know people buying over there now.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Why
sold
not?
and buying.
Yeah, go over there,
dude. All these things, and just out of my personal experience, out of everything that I've caught, personally done, I've done all this stuff. The snapper limit is always the thing, to me, that is the most ignorant.
Dude.
I saw a video yesterday of a guy catching all the snapper he wanted on a damn frog.
I saw it today. I was about to say, was it on a white frog,
Yeah.
a bass frog?
Yeah.
Dude.
No, dude.
Young kid.
That is the most ignorant out of everything. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many.
That snapper thing is a catch share thing with NOAA and National Marine Fisheries, and lobbyists got their money in dirty hands in politicians' pockets. And it's not just Democratic politicians, it's Republicans, conservatives who are taking this money. And they are fucking the little man and the recreational angler.
No doubt.
Yeah, because I have been snapper fishing with you countless times, Ryan, and it's literally, what can we throw out?
Dude,
Try to beat all the snapper to get to the good snapper.
No doubt.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I mean, we're out in the blue water, where you're supposed to catch 2.
And honestly, it's almost better just to jump out of the boat and shoot your 2 big ones.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But you're supposed to catch 2, and you can't get past the 5 million.
It's absolutely insane when you catch a red snapper pulling a marlin plug at 8 knots.
Oh my God, I do remember that.
Yeah.
A big one.
A nice one.
Yeah.
And that's
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's
did.
like that's what the fuck.
Yeah.
Look, and to me, and I'm not, like you said, we're none of us are biologists, but that's like the most hounded on limit. It's like the snapper, you're in Texas, and do they not worry about overgrowth of a certain species? Like, I'm saying, like,
At some point, you would think they'd have to
Well-
admit that they're just damn wrong.
Here's the deal.
But will they? No.
Here's the
Hell
deal.
No.
There is a value placed on snapper. And the value is placed on the commercial market and restaurants. And when you go eat snapper at a restaurant, you're eating American red snapper caught in the Gulf of Mexico, and there is a value on it. So if there's a value on it, there is somebody lobbying to get the best opportunity to make the money off of that.
and they don't want
Item.
the small man to be able to
They don't want
get that item.
me with my 25-foot contender that goes 10 times a year, maybe if I'm lucky with weather in Texas,
I wonder
To-
where. I haven't looked at it.
to pillage their profits.
Yeah. Okay.
Pillage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We could go hard as fuck for 10 times, and you wouldn't even.
No, you wouldn't
Not
even
a
dent 'em.
chance.
You wouldn't even dent them. They're snapper. I have snapper hole, and that's the thing about snapper too. I can confidently say that I have snapper holes that nobody else in the Gulf of Mexico has. That I have found that are mine and mine alone that I've never seen another boat on. How many more of those are out there in the Gulf of Mexico right now that nobody's ever dropped a line on?
As many as you could ever pitch
Yeah.
a fork at.
Yeah,
Thousands.
Tons. Yeah. Maybe more.
People call them white perch of the sea,
it's ridiculous, man. It really is.
but they just don't have the same limit.
No,
It's like, that's the white perch of the sea.
No,
But instead of having 25, you got 2.
and then you've got in Texas, you're allowed. They have a season in Texas waters within 9 miles. You're allowed to
4.
you're allowed to retain 4 snapper within 9 miles. Great, but it's one of those deals where why is the state game warden stopping somebody in Texas waters, and when they have snapper in the boat, they go into an interrogation as to where they caught them. We're already in state waters. Do your fucking job. They got 4. Make sure they got over 15, 16 inches, whatever the limit is.
Yeah.
Go on about your fucking day.
And tell
Yeah.
those game wardens no.
Yeah.
When they ask you something, no.
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 You know what's funny? Like, one of my best trout days ever was about 9 miles offshore.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
they're
100%.
and they expect me to smash snapper where I'm catching the fuck out of trout and redfish.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, down south, if you get down Port O'Connor south to Brownsville, you're 10 miles, or
Yeah.
don't say 10 miles. You're 8 miles off the beach,
There you
nautical
go.
miles off the beach, and you're in 150, 200 foot of water.
that's not the case here.
No,
There you go with how big
No.
this state is.
exactly.
Yeah. Like,
So,
well, that's what people always are like, Texas is the size of blah, 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 17 different states, in length, but they have one regulation across the border.
Yeah.
It should go by county.
It's something. They need to do something. They need to do upper coast, middle coast, lower
Yeah, I'd
coast,
say,
or
I
something.
like, middle coast, though, yeah.
Definitely
something along those
I mean,
lines.
like the duck hunting, like they divide into zones, right? So do the same thing with fishing.
No doubt.
Yeah.
They should.
Literally.
But it's not 100% Texas Parks and Wildlife's fault. They have to take what the federal government tells them they can do, and then they mandate that snapper season for their state for the year. So they have a certain number of allotment, certain number of tonnage that can be caught, and they have to decide how long their season can be with the amount of tonnage that they're allotted for their state.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
What to me, and this is just, and we can go on from this after, like, but like snapper fishing, any kind of offshore fishing, that's the most minute majority out of everybody that does an outdoor activity, hunting, fishing, anything. That's the hardest to do. I'm just saying because money wise, you have to have a boat.
All money. I mean,
it's all money, and that's fine. I'm glad I have friends that have boat.
Yeah,
but
people really don't understand how much money goes into. I mean,
yes,
the Viking. People have no idea
stupid.
what that entails.
I don't even
want to
begin to get into that.
Yeah,
like, we don't even have to talk about that today. I'm just saying, honestly, and this, how many people would you say? I'm saying offshore fish.
It's a small community. I'll tell you that.
It's we
all know each other,
dude. We're
all tight.
Me and Ryan went to Venice one year, and everybody in Venice, Louisiana, hours and hours away, knew our boat. Like, I'm saying our boat, his boat, the Stingray boat. They're like, oh, dude, I've seen you over there. Like, there's only a couple hundred people that do this one activity.
Yeah.
Right. It's a small community, and everybody wants to know each other.
Why are you regulating the biggest body of water on Earth to such a minuscule amount for a certain species whenever there's only wahoo fishing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, like, there's only like 50, 60 people that are seriously wahoo fishing.
And a lot of those just became decent wahoo fishers.
Yeah.
There was very small community of us in the beginning.
A lot of those guys learned via social media how to wahoo fish from somebody else.
No, and I get that, but I'm just saying, just say there's 50 or 60 probably wahoo fishermen in the state of Texas. How many fucking people are in Texas?
Yeah.
Millions. And there's 70. And most of those people that are doing these wahoo fishermen, like wahoo, you have a couple of smaller boats, but I wouldn't say there's more than like 5,000 people.
The ones who are very good at it are known across the whole board.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying there ain't more than 5,000 people snapper fishing. Yeah. And I might be, maybe I'm undershooting it, but there's not that many people because we don't have.
Yeah.
You don't have the access to that.
Right.
Yeah, and then you talk to most people, I've been offshore like 2-3 times, like in my life.
In life.
Yeah. And that's the people I talk to. Like, it's not something that you get to do every weekend, most normal people,
Right.
And it's just,
but it's
the key is it's a small ass community.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me mad about it. And I don't even have a foot to stand in the argument. Because all my shit comes from, like, Ryan invites me all the time and shit like that, but I'm like, why the fuck's the limit this?
Yeah.
There's only fucking 1,000 people that have a boat that can come out this far.
That's right. And you spend that amount of money to get out there.
Yeah.
And you're done. It took longer to get there than it did to catch the limit.
I'm going to tell you, too, with the snapper limit being 2 in federal waters, what happens, and I do this every time I go, I'm going to kill the 2 biggest son of a bitches I can catch.
No doubt.
And I'm going to catch.
How many do we throw back when we go?
Shit. Hundreds.
No
Hundreds?
Hundreds.
We're throwing back consistently. I don't even.
You're calling at that point.
You have to.
You catch your first 2 and you're like, all right, let's call these things.
And we shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't have to.
No.
But what people don't get to, so I work like on the ship channel with like barges and ships and shit like that. Those ships go out there, like out in the big water, and it might be like the ship might be like a flag of the Marshall Islands.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
Hell no.
About a regulation.
A regulation.
There's going to be 40
an environmental fucking anything.
There's going to be 40 fucking Filipinos on the side of that ship ripping.
I was about to say there might be 100 in a container on the son of a bitch.
Dude.
Okay.
Dude, they are smashing. And I'm like, but there's not a regulation on that.
Right.
Like there's not regulations on rigs. There's not regulations on ships. There's no regulation on this, but there's for the sportsman that's paying money to do it.
And we are the ones that are hurt. We're the ones that have to deal with the repercussions, and
we're the ones that get hassled
the shit
fuck out of.
Yeah, we get shit on.
Bro, go check the commercial guys. Why are you fucking with the small guy?
That's literally like if they wanted to hit some money, and this is just me, and our podcast ain't big enough for someone important to hear, but if I was going to hit somebody, I would go out to the sea buoy where all those ships are parked, and all those dudes that have been sitting there for a week, 2 weeks, they all have rods. Mowing the fuck out of snapper, whatever they catch. Shark, they don't give a fuck. They're
just cutting the fin off.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck, dude. Those people are smashing them.
No doubt.
There ain't a single one with a license. There ain't a single one with a birth certificate. These some bitches,
phenomenal,
dude. These dudes are fucking the fish up because I've seen them.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I got thrown a tuna onto my dock one time. They're like, hey, bring me to shore. I'll give you some fish. I'm like, I don't need fish, and they threw a tuna.
I'm pretty sure there's a video out there viral of a guy throwing me a tuna off a rig.
Yeah. That was dope as fuck. Honestly.
That was solid.
He's like, look, I'll trade you some Dr. Pepper for a yellowfin tuna. You're like, how big's the tuna?
Son of a bitch, give it to me.
Yeah, 100-pound yellowfin tuna flying across the air. It's like, yeah, we'll take that for a 6-pack of DP.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, bud. That was I don't want to say what his name was.
Nah, we'll leave that alone.
Yeah,
we'll leave that alone.
The whole snapper thing it's crazy. And you just gotta. It is what it is. You go out there and you go find other fish to go crush on, and if you can get away from the snapper,
yeah, you go out like the most ideal day for me. Like if you're going like meat fishing, you go catch your snapper, which takes a second,
literally,
and then you go out and you smash some golden tile.
Yeah,
which
I love deep dropping. I do
like deep dropping. I used to love when back in the glory days when there were actually oil rigs, just rig hopping and cobia fishing, man, catching ling. God. I miss those days, and if you'd have told me 15 years ago, 20 years ago, however long ago it was now.
And right now is one of the best times to do it.
Dude,
May and September.
I remember pulling up on rigs and seeing hundreds of 30, 40, 60, hammers, even bigger. Big
just pure
cobia.
donks.
And now I'm lucky to catch one a year. I used to limit out every freaking time.
Yeah. I'll have some good days, like I said, if I can get out there in May, if I do it. In September. September, I'll have some of the finest.
Yeah.
But that is when the migration deal is going on for the cobia.
But they used to they used to be so thick out of Sabine.
There's been multiple fish that I've been grateful to be able to catch with the Warhola, like different species. But I remember the first time we went deep dropping when we're going out to catch swordfish, and he was just like, we're going to stop at this spot. We're going to catch a couple of tile fish. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he's just like,
the golden tile, baby.
The golden tile. That's all he basically said. We caught him, and bro.
Uglier than shit.
Tastier than a motherfucker, dude. I'm telling you that.
Damn good.
Dude, I'm like, dude, take whatever you want.
Yeah, give me the tile.
Give me the tile.
The tile's the widest, beautiful.
They're good.
God, fantastic.
Good fish.
Fantastic. Like, I would, like, if Ryan called me at any time to say, like...
And the amount of them you can catch is unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you got a good spot.
Yeah.
Tiles. And you get a mix of cool things in there, too, like longtail sea bass and snowy grouper, yellow edge grouper.
Look, Ryan asked
Yellow edge is a wonderful. And it's actually a pretty fish. Ugly. The skin looks kind of odd on them. They're cool.
Ryan, we text every day, basically. But he'll be like, are you off this day, this day? Like, I can't take off to go just bass fishing because that's something that I do a lot.
Right.
But if Ryan was like, hey, we're going to catch 50 tile fish like in 2 days, I'd be like,
I'll kill my grandma.
Yeah, bro, I will stockpile the fuck out of my freezer with tile fish.
No doubt.
Bro, God, even my pregnant ass wife, my wife, she enjoyed tile fish too.
No doubt. But if you don't enjoy tile fish, fuck you.
Hey, if you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
That's right.
Also, Colby, so let's I think we're all a little heated right then, besides Mitchell. He's just over there just sitting there sipping, drinking, listening.
Mitchell's trying to find his big toast hill.
Enjoying.
He's just listening. But you also, so we didn't dive into Africa, which we don't have to, but we started off the podcast. You do Africa. You've hunted it 3 times. You own a lodge. You fish. You duck hunt.
Rental stuff.
You
know, just living.
But you also love to do a little whitetail hunting.
Man, I love. If that so much ain't growling at me, I ain't shooting it. You know, I like a hammer.
It don't matter if it's a doe and heat or a buck.
I'm telling you,
if it growls.
I will say whitetail hunting I have a soft spot for it, and it is one of the finer things in life.
Yeah, dude. That was
a hammer. Once you see a hammer,
it gets you.
That's the gig right there.
That is literally. So I grew, for me, like my turning point in my outdoor hunting and fishing, you know, outdoorsman experience was I grew up bass fishing. That was what I did. But at 11 years old, 10 or 11, whenever I went on my first whitetail hunt with my dad, and I shot my first buck, a good 8-point in West Texas, Ozona, Texas, automatically my little weenie got hard.
No doubt. My weenie stays hard, baby.
Bro, after that, it stayed hard for a long time.
Amen.
Maybe had a little.
That's something to go to church about right there.
It is. You know what? Actually, I believe that was Whitetail 36-2.
Right, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that I saw that in the Bible.
Yeah, you did.
No doubt.
You did the hard copy.
And if it's not, then we're going to do something about that.
Hey, can someone write that in?
Yeah, get that going.
But like whitetail hunting, like you're saying, is like something special. It really is. Like everybody here that shot a whitetail remembers their first whitetail.
And if you don't, fuck you.
But no one forgets. Like honestly,
8, 9 years old when I shot my first, and 9 years old when I shot my first with the bow. So,
oof, that's tough.
I still haven't
been in the game heavy
with the bow.
No,
we're gonna have to change that for Mitchell. Mitchell, you just come on out to Fredberg and just
I've been to
point.
Fredericksburg.
You close your eyes, point, and take whatever you want. I don't care.
I tell you what, man, and I haven't got to talk about it on the podcast. My first like real turkey hunt experience when I went up to Missouri.
Phenomenal,
dude, man, it was awesome.
Oh yeah, talk about that a little bit, Mitch. You just literally came back from your first actual turkey hunt.
So I got a buddy up in Missouri, Snuff Cup
Spittoons, actually,
good friend of mine, all of ours, and
Snuff Cup Spittoon.
Right here, I got his product right here. The old Snuff Cup.
Look him up. www.snuffcup.com.
Now he's got it going on.
Let the boy eat.
He hollered. He's like, "Hey man, why don't you come up spring turkey season?" I was like, "Cool, let's do it." Never been turkey hunting, didn't know the first thing about it.
Right.
And I get up there, first day, we just kind of hang out, drink beer, have a good time. And he's like, "We're gonna go in the morning." I was like, "Cool, let's go." So he's got a group of buddies. He's like, "Man, I've assembled like the best crew possible." He's
the
like,
Avengers.
He's like, these guys have been turkey hunting their whole life. They've been they know everything there is to know about turkey hunting. I was like, cool, so let's do it. And we get out there, and I don't know what to expect, and they start doing all this like crazy calling and stuff, like crow calling and all this, and I didn't know what was going on. So like the whole time I was just like, hey man, what are you doing? You call it the crows, it causes like a reaction gobble. The turkeys are going to gobble this and that. But anyway, first day didn't go so well. We didn't see any turkeys. But second day, we set up and called in a big, I believe it's a Jake is what they call him. I just call him a gobbler.
I just hope Jakey, baby.
But anyway, they called one up, and dude, just the communication back and forth.
So fine.
Got him fired up, dude. And then he was like, all right, we're going to sit here about 10 minutes. It's going to happen. Set out his decoys and called up 9 of these motherfuckers.
Hammers or Jakes?
Hammer. I shot a hammer.
All right.
And
Tommy Two Finger.
It was completely silent, and then you just hear them trotting through the woods, and then they right to the decoy, and then they flared up.
Start cutting.
Hit him with the old pubic pounder, folded him.
Amen.
And
did you know his shotgun?
Add that to the Bible as well.
Yeah.
Right after Whitetails.
Yeah.
316.
But no,
316 pubic pounder.
But just the communication, between you and the bird, it's just cool, man. It's like duck hunting, you're calling the bird in. It's the same thing. You're just in the woods. It's really cool.
I was wondering if you used the pubic pounder for that hunt.
I used the pubic pounder.
Colby, so we're talking about the pubic pounder. His literal gun name has it across
stretched out on it.
Pubic pounder.
The stretcher.
So
Yeah.
my thing was this, and Ryan was there.
I
So
might name my gun that.
my little brother,
The stretcher.
I like the stretcher.
dude, my little brother got a barrel sticker a couple of years ago, and it says "anus eater." And I was
Really? I'll be damned.
Dang, dude.
That was Matthew. Matthew got
I was
it.
like,
You know,
dude.
that's standard now. That's just standard.
So I was like, man, I need a barrel sticker for my shotgun. But it took me 3 years. And we were hunting at Pipkin. And I said something, and Pubic Pounder came out. I was like, that's it. That's her. It took me 3 years to name her, but she's
That's
the
whole
Pubic
girth
Pounder.
right there, baby.
So we have right now in like the Bayou Dragon arsenal, we have the Pubic Pounder, the Bludgeoner, and then
The anus
eater. But I'm thinking
Porter needs
The
Porter.
stretcher.
No,
I got you, the stretcher.
I'm calling it the stretcher.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple ways you can take that, interpret
right.
it how you want. But the stretcher, dude.
The stretcher, baby.
I can put you on one, or I can go ahead and do it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of naming guns, I had a guy, one of my customers, come hunt me at Pipkin, and obviously was not the best wing shot, but he was really good at shooting them in the ass. And I started naming him the anal reamer. He shot more birds up the ass to the point where he actually literally shot the ass out of a duck at like 15 yards.
Dude.
So
I've
anal reamer.
I have a guy that I work
Right.
with who he hunts in Arkansas. He bow hunts in Arkansas every year, like whitetail hunts. And like 3 or 4 years ago, he came back, and I was like, "Did you get one?" He's like, "Yeah, shot one right through the heart." And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Smashed the fuck out of it."
No doubt.
Beautiful little, like, it was like a 12-point buck, you know, just Arkansas buck. And I was like, "Oh yeah, like, show me." And the first photo he showed me, he had shot it square through the asshole.
Yes, sir.
And it went through his, I'm talking perfectly. It didn't penetrate the sphincter.
Pure grease, baby.
I'm talking right through the heart. Dropped him. He goes, "That was the smoothest kill shot I've ever done in my life."
Money shot.
Yeah.
Deboned him right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
man, they say.
deboned and dethroned the fucking king of Arkansas
Amen.
woods with this. Because he was like, he was walking away. He
We might
never
need to add that to Whitetails 319
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the Bible there.
Yeah, dude, we're just gonna keep adding on. It's be like section 32 of 319
Yeah, we're in
whitetail. It's right after Psalms. You can never take too many blue chew. Dude, speaking of whitetail hunting,
You can't go without blue chew. I don't think I can hunt without blue chew now.
you probably not,
Amen. Hey, add that to my whitetail assumptions.
dude. I don't think we can go talking about whitetail hunting without talking about the last time we went to Fredericksburg.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm saying we, us four,
Right.
we're all in Fredericksburg together,
Yeah.
dude. So
It's like my second home, you know.
yeah, Fredericksburg,
Yeah.
dude. Why? First off, does Fredericksburg, Texas? I believe it is now the second highest rated place for bachelorette parties because it's wine country of Texas. It's the miniature
Gotta
nap.
be number one of the state.
Oh, no,
yeah.
number one in the state.
Question.
No, I'm talking about in the world, like in the
world?
nation.
I like
in
in
the
the we'll go world.
world.
Let's just go world.
You go Nashville, then you go Fredericksburg
Yeah, no doubt.
because people can't afford.
Fredericksburg.
Nashville.
No,
Nashville.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, Napa Valley.
Napa
Oh,
Valley.
fair
Oh,
Like
enough,
they
fair
can't
enough.
afford Napa Valley, so Fredericksburg is like I've been to everywhere they say sell wine.
See,
in
I've
the
been
United
very
States.
blessed to have my ranch there in Fredericksburg since, for 15, 18 years now.
Yeah, dude,
So.
it's my favorite place in the state of Texas. If I had a choice, I would live there. I go there
It's so fine.
often.
It really
It
and
is.
it's getting better.
Often.
I'm glad that my family bought that ranch back when they did and get to experience for what it is now.
Dude,
What it's built to.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Which bought that ranch from the owner, Heath, the owner of Grape Creek. And then he built
Oh, really?
He built Grape Creek with that ranch money.
Oh, nice.
wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Grape Creek is one of the,
So pretty much I think I own Grape Creek.
Oh, is that how it works? that's how it
you own Grape Creek.
works. Mhm.
Maybe establish the foundation of
There
Fredericksburg
you go.
if we want to get really down to it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's-
Well, dude, Grape Creek is one of those. Like, so I'm a wine whore.
Oh, amen.
If you say that, amen.
Is that Whitetails?
I believe Whitetails. Yeah, it is in Whitetails. I'm a wine whore.
Yeah.
I've been to, and dude, it's insane because every time I go, they build more.
Right.
But
and it's like, how are we not overdone this yet?
Yeah.
Every time, that's what I've thought
crazy.
for at least 5 years.
How
have we not surpassed?
And you haven't. You
and
can't.
it doesn't.
It doesn't. But I've been to easily 40 to 45 different wineries in Fredericksburg.
Right.
And I haven't even itched to scratch.
There's a new one every 3 months.
Shit,
Yes.
there's a new restaurant every 3 months.
And I love that.
Yeah, me
Dude.
too. At them all.
And it's not one of those it's not a place that like, so people that listen to us that live in like big cities or out of state and like, it's not like it's not like somewhere that's like, it's not like you go to New York or anything like that.
Right, no.
It's very spread out. It's over thousands of acres. Like you're driving, you drive a couple minutes, you hit a winery. You drive a couple minutes, you hit a winery. You drive a couple minutes. Unless you're in downtown Fredericksburg.
They're not, the majority of them aren't tight. They're not a tight,
No.
Not a tight area.
So like if you wanted to, and truly, if you wanted to never see another person and do a full-blown 5 or 6 like different wineries, you could do it without seeing a single person.
No doubt.
It is the most, if you're not from Texas and you love wine and you want to come to basically, there's Napa Valley, which I've been to. It's fantastic.
I spent 2 weeks in Napa 1 year.
Yeah, and it's all the surrounding areas. It's basically like Fredericksburg, how Fredericksburg is.
Yeah, it's spread out.
You have Fredericksburg, you have Kerrville, you have High, you have Johnson City.
Yeah.
You have
Albert.
You have all these different places around the area, like that you can drive an hour, hit a winery, and you might not see a single person. Right. You might go to a big one. You can see people. It just depends on
our place is right across from Augusta Vin. I don't know if you've been to Augusta Vin in Fred. So fine. And it's literally across the road. Like, how can you go wrong?
All right. So Augusta Vin, so that was the place that, so like it was multiple times. I probably went 2 or 3 times to Fredericksburg, Texas, that me and my wife went, we, enjoyed.
Always bring your wife.
Yes.
Always.
We, but like,
sure.
We went 2 or 3 times to Fredericksburg and enjoyed the trash out of it. But we didn't go like the first 2 or 3 times to Augusta Vin. I don't even think it was a place the first time we went, you know what I mean? And then it was like, there's a place getting built. The second time we went, called Augusta Vin. The third time we went, it was like, there's this place, like, you need to go, blah, blah, blah. And it was like the first, to me, my experience was the first place with like a big vineyard that you could go have wine and you're looking out and you're not, like, everything that's there is theirs.
And people don't even realize the wedding venues. Like, I have my sister's getting married, and I have a really good buddy getting married at the same venue at the ranch next door.
Yeah.
Next door to my ranch, which is going to be very convenient.
And the food, the restaurants.
Right.
There's some amazing restaurants in Fredericksburg.
I mean, if you haven't had Otto's duck schnitzel with a duck egg on it.
Never been there.
I need you to do something.
Otto's, Martinis is great.
I like Auslander's.
Herb Garden.
Auslander's.
I'll tell you, one of my favorite trips I've been to Fredericksburg. Me and my wife brought her for just a little weekend, and I was looking on a little Airbnb. Well, I found this Airbnb. It was called the Happy Camper. It was a little Airstream on this ranch. Cheap, nice little Airstream. Man, we had a blast. Went there, all the wineries, ate good food. I forget the name of this Mexican restaurant.
Hilda's?
Was it Hilda's?
It wasn't Hilda's.
Oh.
It was
the Burrito Especial in the morning, and Hilda's is
fantastic.
Go ahead, cream your panties real quick, buddy.
Just a fantastic experience for anyone. And I never really drank wine. Like every now and again.
That's most people that
you go to Fredericksburg, you'll start drinking wine.
You will.
I've brought multiple people. Like, so I became, for a while, I almost was a certified tour guide.
Alcoholic.
Well, no, I was that. I was that already. So what's funny is like people, I have a pre-saved note of like 15 or 20 wineries that you need to go to. Here's 3 or 4 restaurants.
There's
you need
probably
to go to.
someone once a week that asks me.
Yeah.
At least once a week.
Yeah. And,
Somebody asked me that.
And
like,
dude,
where should I go?
Where should I go? What should I eat? What's the nightlife like? And it's like, what are you looking for? Are you with your old lady? Are you wanting to do like music? Are you wanting to go,
You trying to get loose at the Velvet?
Trying to shave.
You trying to go to the elk store? You trying to have
Everyone go to the elk store. Get you
Fuck, I love that place.
dude.
Espresso martini for the age.
Oh, in the smoked old fashioned, either one.
Smoked old fashioned.
You better do both.
Yeah.
Don't cut yourself short.
And then after you're done, just buy a bottle of wine while you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Get you the fucking mall back.
And crawl out in the street and go to Velvet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Crawl
my
out.
God.
Just literally crawl.
Yeah.
Like a fucking just
Amen.
inchworm out there.
I can't tell you how many times I've lost a vehicle out front,
Didn't you? Hold on. I got one. So Colby literally called the cops thinking his vehicle was stolen, and it was not. No, you've got to tell this story because it is great.
Yeah, there was a group of us, and we went there. We got there, and we all come out. It's not just me, so don't put this on me. There's a whole group of us, and we're all on the same page here, like to the moon, buddy.
Yeah.
And we all come out. We're all like,
all
the
dumb.
vehicle right here. And we're all like, yep, sure was. Call the cops on ourselves. Cops come, swarm us, We're like, vehicle stolen, no doubt. And the cops like, hey, man, why don't you give us the keys to the truck? And I'm like, here, good luck.
Good luck, bud.
This cowboy steps out in the road and just starts walking. And I see him. He doesn't make it, 50 yards, and he's, and all of a sudden the lights light up, and the alarm system goes off, and we're like, oh, damn.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. This guy's like, who's driving? Not one of us, We're like,
We're getting Uber, actually.
No, sir.
Yeah, we actually got an Uber on the way. We're just worried about our car tomorrow.
Yeah, and that Fredericksburg, there you go.
Dude,
you can act like that 7 nights a week if you want.
Dude, so it wasn't this past year. It was 2 years ago. We took Tanner on his first ever true whitetail hunt. Mm-hmm. It was me, Mitch, Ryan,
Matt go?
Yeah, Matt and Hartel.
But take in mind, before Porter starts this story, Tanner has never harvested a whitetail deer before.
All of us have. Like, I've been whitetail hunting for 20 years. Like, literally 20 fucking years. Yeah. And Tanner's just never had that opportunity. And, like, it's funny, like, hanging in our friend group, we've been hunting.
Seeing people shoot their first deer is one of the most, and I got to see that multiple times this year.
Oh, I've seen
one female, male, doesn't matter, but seeing somebody get to enjoy and shoot their first deer is very cool.
No, it's fantastic. One of my buddies gave me the opportunity to guide for like the Texas Youth Hunting Program one time.
It's something they'll never forget,
dude.
Like that etches in somebody's heart, life. Whitetails 334. That's in the Bible as well.
It is. It is in the Bible. Yep. I hunted with this kid and his dad, and he harvested his first doe, and you would have thought they won the Powerball, Mega Millions. Like, it was the coolest thing.
Greatest
ever.
reaction.
But like, so Tanner, like, that was our goal this whole weekend was Tanner has to harvest a whitetail. Ryan had some whitetail. It wasn't a fantastic year.
God, it was
for deer.
It was that year. It was drought all summer, rained its ass off, early fall, and the acorns were so bad. Remember, it was 2021? No, 2022.
2022.
Yeah, it was 2022.
Well, Tanner had never harvested one. Yeah, because I'm going to get into the story where we met up with you here in just a second.
Oh, okay.
But like our whole trip, like, because we went from there to Lubbock. We went and shot a bunch of Canada geese and Sandhill crane.
Oh, beautiful place.
Oh, great. But like, that was our we had a 2-week trip, me, Matt, and Tanner. Mitch came with us to Fredericksburg, but so it was like, get Tanner's whitetail, then get Tanner's first Sandhill crane, and like, we're just doing a bunch of firsts.
For Tanner, I love this. This is great.
Yeah, fantastic. And Ryan was like, hey, you're going to go to this place, blah, blah, blah. Like, I love whitetail hunting, but also I would rather see someone else do their first,
no doubt.
or just do it in general that hasn't got to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting with Tanner, in the blind on his first ever true whitetail hunt. And he just, like every single deer that walked out, he goes, "Is this it? Is this it?" And I'm like, "Not yet. Not
Just
yet.
settle down.
Not
settle
yet.
Down.
Nah, we're just going
coming.
for a good cull."
And that is the best when multiple deer can come out and you can like lead up to something.
Oh, dude.
You know,
It's like 3 or 4 deer eating underneath the feeder. And I'm like, not yet, not yet, not yet. And then this old sumbitch comes out. Like a 7-point, should have been like a 12.
Just a tank.
Like, you know what I mean? Like just a tank.
Oh, greaser. Somebody growling.
Yeah, dude. This sumbitch is older than all of us. That's it in the room. He walks out and I go, "That's it." And he automatically he flips the switch. He's like get serious real quick. And I'm
Lay
like,
it down, baby.
I'm sitting there just like, all right. And I'm talking to him as gentle as I am right now. I'm like, "Hi, Tanner. As soon as you get a clear shot."
Shave his head, son.
I was like, I didn't even finish. And that thing just goes, and it was behind a tree, but as soon as that front shoulder cleared,
It was over, Sonny.
dude, fuck, smashed.
Love that. Good work, Tanner.
Hey,
Wherever
dude,
you are. If you're passed out right now under your couch,
good chance.
love that.
He smashed, and I was like, he goes, like, and he'll deny whatever, but he goes, "I got it." And I was like, "Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you got
fucking.
I'm
you
hard.
You just
I'm hard,
smashed it, dude." And he like because his breathing was so like just heavy,
Yeah.
methodic, just
Uncontrollable, buddy.
dude. Yeah,
There's no controlling it.
but like perfect shot, dropped, didn't take a step further, and I was like, all right. And he was, and it's just like, and I'm not calling Tanner a kid, but like he was like, "All right." I was like, "No," like,
But that's the perfect reaction.
yeah. I'm like, "No, we're doing this. We wait."
Act a fool, buddy.
No, he was acting a fool in that
Yeah.
fucking blind, but I was like, "Let's wait a couple seconds." Like, we're like we did about 10 minutes, and he is just like, it hasn't got up, it hasn't moved, it hasn't breathed since he fucking launched that fucking just
Laid the wood, son.
dude laid the wood. And
Wood
I was
layer.
like, we finally got up, got over there. I was like, photo. I'm hyped. I'm fucking amped because I'm like, fuck yeah, this is a great first deer, great cull buck to take off the ranch. All this stuff, send a photo to Ryan, everybody else. And to make this whole story short, Tanner ended up leaving with 4 or 5 deer.
4 deer.
4 deer.
That's
He
perfect. That's
he shot
perfect.
4 deer on his first ever whitetail hunt. He
Yeah.
shot 4 deer. And
Welcome to Fredberg.
welcome to Fredberg.
Jeez.
And but that during that time while we were there, you were there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
boy.
remember one morning we were it was me and Ryan and somebody in a truck. I want to say it was Tanner.
we were
probably.
going to Hilda's.
Yeah, we're going to Hilda's.
Hey, man.
And then
Add that to Whitetail Revelation.
36-2.
Hilda's.
Hilda's. And like Ryan was telling me, like when we got there, like, "Hey, Colby's here, I'm like, "Oh, cool. Maybe we can hang out with him." He's like, "Yeah, no, he's gonna come to breakfast that day." And you're like, "I ain't making a breakfast, dog. I ain't making a breakfast." It was like, okay. He started early.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fast forward 12 hours.
I can have a good time.
Oh yeah,
Just
no.
know that. I can have a good time.
No, I think anybody that's watching this podcast can tell that you've already, you can enjoy it.
I've seen a thing or two.
You've seen a thing or two?
I've had my run. Let's just put it that way.
And I think we might have a podcast later on in life called
Have
Had
a run.
My Run.
Yeah. Or
Denbow's
I like
run.
Have a run. Yeah.
Denbow's Run.
And I did. I had a run.
But so, right, like, because we were talking, you're like, "Yeah, no, I'll be there, blah, blah, blah." You never showed. And you're just like, "Dude, you called us and you said, I'm fucked up."
You ever seen Left Field?
Yeah.
I invented it.
So, make this whole story, because like we went from going out to eat, go back hunt. I think that day Mike ended up shooting a doe. Tanner shot another doe. We ended up going out into downtown Fredericksburg, and we're at Crossroads.
Oh, my.
And I remember I was
Don't do it to him.
I was
Don't do it to him.
I was in the truck with Ryan, and you're like, "Yeah, I'll see you out there." It's like, okay.
And you will.
And well, after you didn't show up to breakfast, like there's no way he's coming. Dude, you walk in and you're just like, bro. Like you see me, like, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember I was one of the first people to see you. I was like, what's up? And you're like, you still weren't there. And you're like,
aliens.
Yeah, no, you were straight up extraterrestrial.
Amen.
And you're like, hey. And just kind of walked by me and you found Ryan.
Only way to whitetail hunt.
Only white, yeah. And you're like, Ryan, holy shit. Ryan's like, what?
I've seen the moon, the ground, it all today.
Yeah, it's not even dark yet.
Yeah.
And you've seen the moon.
Yeah, man.
You're like, dude, holy shit. Dude, so I had this raging hangover this morning. Raging hangover. I was, I just didn't feel good. And I grabbed a bottle of Tylenol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Grabbed a bottle of Tylenol and I popped 4 of them. Like any normal person would.
Right.
Pop 4 Tylenol.
Could have been 8. Well.
Okay. It might have been 8.
Mm-hmm.
You, after this, and I'm about to let you elaborate on the story, you started seeing demons.
I'm telling you.
After you started eating these Tylenol, Advil, whatever you thought they were.
Add the stock market to it, buddy, because you're here and you're there and you're fighting back up.
Yeah.
It's a pure fight. Let's be fair.
I see you. So I kind of follow you after you walk into Crossroads and you're like, hey. And you walk straight to Ryan and you're like, my God. I just remember you. This is about all I remember of that night is you go, I've been fighting demons.
I was.
I'm
telling you, that night was a serious ordeal. And these, it was like an organic Advil Tylenol deal and didn't realize what was coming. And I thought I was just doing the good deed of fighting a normal
hangover with some Tylenol.
whitetail weekend.
Yeah, whitetail weekend. Yeah, 36-2.
And sure enough, when you lay your head down in your plate at dinner with the family, something's not okay.
Yeah.
You start backtracking quick. And I did. So I went back and checked this deal, and it said sleepy, sleepy, night, night.
On the pill
On
bottle?
the bottle.
On the pill bottle.
On the bottle, really small, but it hit them with it. And I said, oh boy, we're in for a ride tonight. And I'm here. I'm here for it. I'm going to ride it. And
what's great about this story and people that are listening, so this is like 9 a.m. when we call him. He took these Advil like 9 a.m.
He rode it all fucking day, apparently.
It was a roller coaster, buddy.
He rode this roller coaster of
3 times I went
sleepy,
and out of life.
Sleepy, night pills at 9, 10 a.m. Like we're eating Mexican tacos for breakfast and we're like, where's Colby at? And you're like, I can't make it.
And I had my crew at the ranch, so I had like my own group. And
yeah,
we made it out that night.
No, you made it out, but it was so funny because I was like, when I saw you, I was like, wow, you actually came, and you're like listening to you talk to Ryan because you just like walked up to the most recognizable person that was there, so it was Ryan. Understandable, and you're like Ryan. If there was a chair, you would have been doing this right here. You would have been rubbing it, and you're like, dude, I've been fighting demons, and Ryan is like, what? And you're like, I took 4 sleepy night pills.
Yeah.
And we're like, what is that?
And then came out.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
What is that? And you're like, well, that's prescription sleeping drugs. Didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought I was taking Advil.
I did.
And because they look exactly like Advil whatever. Dude.
And the whole bottle was pain reliever and then literally, fine line.
So somebody took an Advil bottle and put those pills in it and wrote in very small print what they were?
Sleepy, night, buddy. And let me tell you, you want to fight for another world? I'll bring them to your house. You go ahead and see what you're made of. You'll find out what you're made of if you eat those.
Take 4 of those and then try to stay up for 12 hours.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
See what you can do on them.
Yeah.
Don't just take them and roll over.
Yeah, take them
and go
in the morning.
Do a day. Do a day.
Jesus.
That was the thing. Like you hunted that like you were supposed to hunt and
I had to. I had to fight for my people.
Yeah, you had to fight for your people. You had to hunt. Yeah. You had to do all this shit.
Yeah.
On sleepy night pills.
That's it.
And you still made it out that night for a debauchery of a time.
Tell me about it.
I don't want to. But like there wasn't.
We'll leave some things out.
You didn't miss a beat. Like we went from Crossroads to the Elk Club to the Velvet Club to the we just did the full
round.
We did the full blown round, and you stayed with it the whole time.
Not just stay with it. I mean,
you're
run it. Run it, buddy.
Yeah, you're
run it.
So we're all sitting there and we hear, and we're just following them like a bunch of coyotes. And he was leading the realm, but he was in his own spirit realm.
That's right. It was my own game. There's no question about it.
And it was.
I'm glad that you were there though for that.
I was. It was just so funny. Whenever you walked in, you saw me and you recognized me, but
no doubt.
Like,
It was great. It was great to be going through that and have people that I loved around me.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes. I was like, and at the time I was like, I would consider us friends, but like we're not like tight acquaintances. So like you were looking for someone. You had someone in mind. You found Ryan in the bar, and you're like, oh God, I can finally spill the beans.
Somebody needs to hear this.
I have been fighting sleep for 14 hours. Hard sleep for 14 hours. But you're like, you told the story. You're like, dude, I just fell asleep at the dinner table with my family, my face in the mashed potatoes.
And it's bad when your dad literally is like, what? Huh? Your whole life, what's wrong? What the hell is this?
Yeah, this is disgusting. Get this out of my face. Yeah. And it's you.
Yeah, and
get him out of here.
And you come back to, you're like, whoa. Come back to, you're like, something. Something has a hold to me here. That is,
there's a demon inside.
Yeah, there's something wrong here. That's when the whole family came together. And we all came we figured it out. The whole fam came together, and
I'm surprised they didn't start throwing fucking holy water on you.
Right. And
just like, get out of here.
See, my family is wonderful. So they're like, let him loose. Set him free out there.
Amongst the people.
Yeah, and let them know.
Let them know
what we have. Let them know what we have.
Look, we have something special here.
That's right.
We're going to show the world that we don't give a shit.
Yeah. And we have this. We have this in our back pocket.
They're pointing at a 5'6"
That's it.
Guy that's been asleep in mashed potatoes and brown gravy for the last 28 minutes. And you wake up and go straight to Crossroads.
And the first thing they think, that's our guy.
That's your mom goes, that's my son.
Yes. That's our boy.
That's our dude. And that's what I respect about your family. They've put up with your shenanigans for so many years.
They have seen it.
And like we said earlier,
we could tell stories to the end of time if they really wanted to hear.
And we're going to do a podcast that I think Chasing Denbow would be a great.
Yeah.
Like we just.
What did I say earlier? What was it? Have a run.
Yeah. Have a run.
Like have a run, buddy.
We're going to call a podcast Have a Run.
Denbow's Run.
Denbow's Run. And we're just going to let you talk for an hour and a half and just tell whatever story you want. And we're going to sit here and be like this. Like,
what a time.
Like,
oh, man. The Montana speeding story is a good one.
Oh, wow.
Or was that Wyoming? It was Wyoming. It was Montana.
Well, that day there was two. I got pulled over in Wyoming and in Montana, and it did take them 10 miles to catch me in one of the situations.
You see that?
And I was doing 106, I think 164 or something.
Look.
And I thought I had him. I did.
But then you figured out this road goes on forever,
God,
and the party
Wyoming,
never
dude,
ends.
I'm telling you, the roads in Wyoming are just gliders.
Forever.
And you cook one in a Charger going the opposite direction, and you send it. He's also sending it.
He's sending it in a U-turn.
Yeah.
Right after
And he
your
did.
ass.
And when I saw him do the U-turn, I was, come on. That's the first thing in my mind. Here we go.
Can you get me before I reach my destination?
Yeah. And my problem was I had 8 more hours to drive. So that was my dilemma.
Yeah, your dilemma was, I'm going to have to fill up before this story's over.
And then guns drawn and,
Dude, that sounds like a future podcast right there.
Have a run.
Have a run. Have a run.
Do you, buddy. Do you.
So the question is, how good did you sleep when you finally went down and croaked?
I think at that point, it was delusion. Like there was no, I I think I was morally guided by spirits, not by humans. But
Whitetail 36-2.
whitetail weekends.
Yeah, 36-2.
Yeah.
You have Denbow croaked. That's just what the whole scripture wrote. Like at the end of it, Denbow croaked.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, that whole weekend was fun. We got to watch Tanner harvest a bunch of whitetail. Hartel got to harvest some whitetail.
Good.
And then we went out and smashed on some sand hills and lessers, some graders, and dude, that whole weekend was just fun. Great time.
Many more to come.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
many more to come.
Never stop. That's
Dude.
all I can tell people. Don't stop.
I think after hearing this, they're going to know that would be your words. Was just, you know what? Just
Rip it.
rip
Keep
it.
ripping.
Keep ripping.
Ripping, buddy.
Dude, we're going to do another podcast.
At the lodge, man. Let's do it at the lodge.
Let's do it at the lodge. Let's
yeah,
do,
y'all come out to the lodge and we'll have a good afternoon. We'll do a little fishing with them.
Yeah, dude. We'll do a little video, a little fishing, like the whole situation.
Yeah, we'll
man.
do that.
Yeah,
That'll be a
fun.
great time.
I
That's
think
what we'll do.
That'll be fun. We'll do that. We'll plan
Maybe a
on
dinner.
Dude,
Whole
hey,
deal.
hey,
We'll do a
dude.
whole deal.
Whole deal.
Let them see it. Be about it.
Let the people see.
Enjoy it.
Let
Listen to
the
a good
boy
story.
watch.
Let the boy
Yeah.
watch.
Let them have a story. You know.
But
Should we do call-ins at one point?
dude,
Let
that'd be
somebody call in.
dude, that would be dope.
I'm telling you.
Dude,
Call in with your questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
call
Actually,
in.
you could do a TikTok live off Mitchell's TikTok
I
and
tell
ask
you what I
your
have.
questions.
I tell you what I have
I
thought
would
of.
have to get a burner phone. Call in. Here's the number, and we'll take calls.
That'd be great.
Dude, I think that'd be dope.
Because you know
We
how
should
many,
do it.
like back in my real have a run back in the day, what I did love was having people come to me, like just regular people that just live and tell you a story about you that they truly will never forget and love. Like you can tell, like they truly had the best time that night or day, whatever it was, and it didn't mean anything to you.
Yeah.
Didn't it was just another kind of day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a Wednesday.
Yeah. Or Tuesday, Monday, whatever it was, But to them, it was like a statute, just a great, like one of the best times they've ever had.
Yeah.
And hearing those, so that would be. I've always thought about having something to where people could like call or write a story and they tell their.
I had that happen to me this duck season. I went on a hunt and the guy's
So
like,
many.
guy was like, "Oh my God, dude, how you been?" I'm like, thinking to myself, "Do I know you?"
Yeah. Who?
He goes, "Dude, you took me on this hunt. We shot mallards and pintail and speckle bellies. It was a freaking ripper. God, it was amazing." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, you don't remember that?" And I was like, "Buddy, don't take this the wrong way, but I've had a bunch of rippers in my life.
Yeah, and
like,
that's it.
yeah, I'm sure maybe
They actually call me Ripper Magoo.
if you show me a picture,
Fair enough.
we'll probably remember it. But
Dude. Yes. But we're gonna have to end this podcast.
Appreciate you guys.
Dude, no, dude. I appreciate it. I say it was a short lived. This is an hour and a half that we've
Yeah.
already done. But
And
You
we
ha-
haven't touched the surface, but
we haven't touched the surface. But
No.
you have a concert to get to.
yeah, I got to go party with Roger Krager right now.
Yeah,
he's
going,
waiting on me. So.
Yeah, you're going to
Yeah.
party with Roger Krager. Let's not keep him waiting. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, per usual. Dude, this was a fun one.
I enjoyed it.
It was
So-
fast paced.
Good.
subscribe. Y'all subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Hey, listen.
Thank
to
y'all.
We never say that either. Subscribe on YouTube.
Please subscribe on YouTube.
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Southeast Texas Bayou Dragons. Just look for the people with the most followers.
Bingo.
That's what we're gonna have. And then check out Sabine Ranch Lodge.
Sabine Lake Lodge.
Sabine Lake Lodge.
Got ranches too, but
SabineLakeLodge.org.
.org.
Yeah,
you go.
It's a
.org is
charitable
important.
organization on
that's
Sundays.
right, baby.
Yeah.
I
Dude.
do donate. I do a lot of donations.
Dude, check them out. If anybody from this podcast gets on, finds their way to scheduling a fishing or hunting trip with them,
A cast and blast.
cast and blast, say, hey, I watched the podcast, and
That is. That's good knowledge right there.
hey, there might be something thrown in. Maybe
And you
some
might,
free
if
Bayou
you do
Dragon
that,
gear,
then you might get to see me more often and get to hear have a run.
have a run. All right, guys.
And
Well,
did you?
Thank you. Did you?